All right, so we're going to go ahead and comp a property. We're going to go step by step and use the guide here for determining the ARV for a single family home. And so the first thing you do is log into the MLS. You're going to type in the address, check on the property, evaluate the pictures, classify the property, and click on the map and draw a square around the neighborhood and so on. Okay, so I already got this property pulled up. So I already pulled it up. I was originally shooting this video, and for whatever reason, my mic wasn't working. So we're just gonna jump right into it. I've already got it set up. So here's the property itself. It's 7115 West 43rd. And here is a property. So the first thing you want to do is you want to check on the property. You want to draw your square around the neighborhood and classify the property. All right. So, and well, the first thing you really want to do is check on the property and zero down on the property and see if it is on a busy street, if it's next to commercial, if it's next to a highway. It looks like it does back to something here that could be small commercial. It's a small office building. Um, I wouldn't be too concerned about that. If you're backing to major industrial or commercial, that's different. These small little office buildings, that's not a big deal. All right, so um, we check on the property. We're going to go in here. We're going to classify the property. If you don't know how to do this, there's a training in the training system that you can go to learn how to classify. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. This looks like a level 3, class 3 flip for me. This is based on the aluminum windows and the condition. And so this is a class 3. So the next thing you do is you have the property checked. You're going to go in, you're going to draw out the neighborhood. Again, if you don't know how to draw out neighborhoods, go to the section in the training that talks about drawing out neighborhoods. So third, once you have that drawn out, you want to go to single line and you want to go to 100. You want to check your top 3 properties, all right, and check your subject property. Then once you have your top 3 properties checked, you want to go to the map and you want to see where those top solds are at, right? So here is our property. You got a top sold here, here, and over here. Now, if these top solds were like clustered over here, for example, we'd have to draw that neighborhood out and then redo this because if they were all clustered over here, those would not be solds that we'd want to use. That's a different price neighborhood for whatever reason that are all clustered together. So that wouldn't be good comps to use, right? So, but here, these are all spread out throughout the neighborhood. So those are very good comps to use. So I'm just kind of going through this uh, line by line, right? So now that we have determined that we have our neighborhood drawn out and everything else, we want to locate 2 or 3 um, comps to base our ARV on. And so the first thing we want to do is like we check our top solds, and then we want to investigate our very highest sold on our list. So our very highest sold on our list is a 700, right? So the rules on this is if it is greater than 10% of your second one, throw it out, all right? So in this situation, it's not. So if it's 10% more than the 681, which would make it $68,000, so that would make this like 740, 741, right? Or really 750, 748 or something around there. If that price is 748 or greater, then we'd probably want to throw it out. Well, we wouldn't probably, we would. So if it was like above 748, above that 10% mark, we would not be able to use it. Just toss it out. There's something funky going on there. But it's not. It kind of blends in with the rest of these solds. All right. So we can use that top sold. All right. So here's the rules for never using the highest solds. And I'm not going to get into that here. So we already determined that it's spread out throughout the neighborhood. Now that we have 2 plus fixed up comps, so now I guess next we got to determine, are these fixed up? So we're going to take a look at this 700 and we're going to get inside this property. And inside of it, it's very nice. I love this kitchen. Great. Look at this. The countertops are this white granite. This is a brand new remodel. So we determined that is fixed up. The second one, again, I already know it's fixed up because I already looked at it. So it's again very fixed up, brand new remodel. And then when we get into this 625, it's okay. It's an older kitchen, older bathroom. So we know that as we're moving down the price point that these houses, so here's a bathroom, it's pretty, kitchen and bathrooms are really what we're paying attention to the most. And we can tell that this bathroom is um, older. So we already know that these aren't good after repair value comps, right? You don't know this one. You don't know. You don't. This one's not a good after repair value because it hasn't really been repaired, right? It's still kind of an older comp versus these other ones, the 681, the 700 are really good comps. They've been repaired. They are totally fixed up. All right, so now we got two really good comps. So that's really what we're looking for, and we found that really in using this method one right here. Now, if we didn't find comps, a 2+ comps there, then we would use method 2, 3, 4 to locate another comp or two, right? But now, so we have two fixed up comps. We'll move on to step 10. All right. So did I miss step 10? There we go. With our accurate comps, we have really two methods that we can determine the ARV. The first one is to average our two comps. Pretty simple, right? So if our comps are, fairly close to one another, like this situation, I'd probably just average the two, which means I'd make my ARV around 690, right? If you kind of have some comps maybe spread out, so maybe you have this, let's say you have this 681 and then you have the 700 clear over there, you might want to weigh a little heavier on this 681, like this is way far away. Or maybe this is like let's say this is like 725, but it's clear over here. I would weigh a lot heavier on this 681. That's really what method number 2 is going to teach you how to do. All right. So, anyways, determine the ARV 691 on this particular example. So that's it for this ARV lesson.